Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so that sounds like your thing. Make sure you are subscribed. We're gonna run out of breath. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. So these videos, I've done quite a few before. I think I did my first one like last year. They started off as like popular brands I'll never review, and they're slowly morphing into popular influencer products I'll never review, if that makes sense. To be honest, it's all kind of the same thing, but these videos are really to focus on the products that we see constantly here on YouTube, and that I get asked if I'm ever going to review a lot. Let's just get into it, and let's start off with Wishful. This is like a little bit ironic because I've already reviewed a Wishful enzyme scrub, but I want to go on a little bit of a rant here, and it's a rant in the purest form because I honestly don't know what I want the outcome of this rant to be. But there's one thing that's starting to get to me a little bit, and I want to know I don't know. Korean beauty is popular for a reason. It's got the reputation it has for a reason. Of course, with anything popular comes people recreating products, taking inspiration, copying. Korea and Japan especially are known for their innovation when it comes to skincare, when it comes to a certain type of product, when it comes to creating a type of product as well. Wishful's line, we got an enzyme scrub, we have like a V-lift, I think they call it like a chin lift strap-on, and a sheet mask. And what bothers me about this is that listening to Huda talk about these new products, they make it sound like they've come up with these amazing new concepts. Now, her products are actually made in South Korea. She mentions this once. I don't know, I feel like credit should be given when credit is due. For example, if this was my brand, I'd be like, you know I love K-beauty. These products are inspired by and created in South Korea, like the heart of the skincare that I love. I wouldn't be like, I've made this and my brand has made this and this amazing innovative product, which we've literally just taken from Asian beauty that's been around for ages. And I'm not saying that wherever a product is made, they should give credit to. Like, I got a load of products that are made in France. I don't expect every brand to be like, made in the vineyards of France. I mean, I don't expect that. I think it's very different though when it comes to K-beauty and Japanese beauty, because of how very particular and how signature of Asian skincare these types of products are. I don't know whether it's because I've been so immersed in K-beauty and J-beauty for such a long time that none of this stuff is new to me, and it does seem like direct copies. I don't know what I want. Sound off down below, let me know what you think. So my disliking of the Wishful enzyme scrub was mainly because of the fragrance, and we know I'm not scared of fragrance. That was overbearing to the point where it made me cough. You know, I want to enjoy my skincare. I don't want it to like physically attack my throat. It was a very overpriced version of a peeling gel, a gommage, which you get for like even less than half the price in Japan and Korea. The sheet mask, I'm looking at the ingredients now, it's just a hydrating sheet mask. If you've used any sheet mask by any Korean brand, this will be absolutely nothing new to you. It's also £9 for one mask, which is, you know, that's expensive again. It's frustrating, the prices are frustrating because I feel like Wishful has a much younger demographic, so these prices are very, very steep. Let's look at the chin lift strap as well. This is super gimmicky, and I actually enjoy these masks. They do have a very, very subtle lifting effect that lasts a couple of hours maybe, but I'm a bit confused as to whether this is a one-time use or not, because first of all, you got the resealable pack, but then you're also removing a backing from the strap covered in serum. And then I saw in a lot of the comments and reviews, like, even though this is a one-time thing, I love it. They mentioned that this contains peppermint, and that when you feel the tingling of the peppermint, it means it's working. That's not what that means. Peppermint has no effect in tightening your double chin. None of the ingredients in this product has an effect on lifting and tightening your double chin within the 20 minutes or whatever that you leave it on your chin. But again, nothing to really be excited about, nothing that's gonna lift that chin and contribute to sculpting your chin. It's really just the pressure of the strap that's gonna do it for you. Wishful for me is for a younger demographic. It's not aimed at me. These aren't grown-up mature products. They're kind of fun, expensive fun, nothing new, and they definitely don't add anything to the world of skincare. They just kind of like remarket what's been around for years. Seen it all before, and for cheaper. Charlotte Tilbury. Now, Charlotte Tilbury is a brand that I've always been like, oh, no, I'm okay. Like, I don't want that, thanks. When it comes to their skincare, not because it's bad, I've just always passed on it. I feel like, because I do enjoy skincare so much and I have like an advertising background, I feel like I can understand a brand by looking at its marketing and packaging and language used and the photography and the adverts, and kind of decide whether that brand is going to be for me. For me, This brand is a bit like glam, like it's glam. Like everything she does is very, ooh, like darling, sweetie, fashion. Like I'm not in that world anymore, thank God. No double air kissing, and it's just not a brand that I relate to in any way whatsoever. Saying that, sorry if I keep looking down, I'm looking at the website as I got up, like I've got my little iPad, I'm looking at the brand website. I do feel like their demographic is people who can afford to splurge a little bit more without even thinking about it twice. But paying that little bit more for what is essentially just good products. Like they're not bad products, they're fine. Like they're just fine, that's it. They're not, in my opinion, they're not worth the price. And I do feel like they throw in a few gimmicky ingredients and product claims to kind of make you think it is worth the price that they're putting out there for. One thing I do want to talk to you about, one of their latest products is the Charlotte Tilbury's Charlotte's Magic Serum. Here's where it gets complicated, and it really does show that you are buying a lifestyle with this brand. This serum, a new serum, contains a crystal complex, a 5-crystal complex inspired by holistic well-being and healing frequency of light and energy. Hold your thoughts. Listen, crystal healing is something that I don't not 100% believe in. I believe in... Some of my family practice crystal healing. You can tell by my palmistry hand that I got tarot cards on there as well, that I am into the more spiritual side of certain things. So I can't sit here and say that crystals are a load of bullshit because I don't necessarily 100% believe that. But what I don't want in my skincare is you linking that to science and then charging me for it. So I believe there are certain things that science doesn't quite understand yet, but eventually science will catch up and there will be scientific reasons for these things. But I don't think you can crush up a load of crystals, mix up in a serum, and then say it's got all these amazing healing powers. So even if this is something you believe in, to crush it up in a serum and then charge $60 for it, I think is a little bit gimmicky. And if you don't believe in this stuff, then it's super gimmicky. It's super, super gimmicky. And they're charging you for that gimmick, if that makes sense. Looking at the serum, it's very, very, very simple. It's a nice serum. Again, they do nice products. You have niacinamide, so great for like, what is it good for? Evening out your skin tone is what I use it for. Rebalancing my sebum. It helps protect your skin barrier. You have polyglutamic acid, which is supposedly stronger than hyaluronic acid. Not stronger, but able to hold on to more moisture. Replexium trademarked, which is basically just a group of peptides. Golden vitamin C they have is supposedly a new generation of vitamin C, and it's supposed to be less irritating but just as strong as L-ascorbic acid. Interesting, but not groundbreaking. I personally at the moment just use a stabilized vitamin C encapsulated vitamin C serum. It's 22% because it's encapsulated, it's gentler, and it's stable. And of course, Charlotte Tilbury products are pretty full of fragrance. It's just what these brands do. So if you don't like fragrance, this won't be your thing. Unfortunately, it's not my thing. I think they're pricey and it's just not my lifestyle. Thayers Witch Hazel Toner. Not an ounce of exaggeration, I get asked about this toner on a daily basis. Whether it's a single comment on my Instagram or 5 over on my YouTube channel. Oh, you're here on my YouTube channel. I get asked about it all the time. And I'm going to say straight out, I will never use this. I will never buy this. I never want to use this. And I believe this is everything I hate about toners. And I think that this kind of toner is what most people think of when they think of a toner. So let's get one thing out of the way. We know toners aren't 100% necessary. They are nice to use. They're an extra step in your routine. I personally use them for that added little bit of hydration and a glow, really, a glow to my face. But Thayers Witch Hazel Toner, I feel is very more towards the unnecessary astringent side of toners, which is like the old-fashioned clean and clear toners that used to be so heavily aimed at teenage skin. So as the name suggests, this contains a witch hazel for me. This is obviously all going to be about why I personally don't like this toner. In large amounts, witch hazel irritates my skin quite a lot. It irritates my skin quite bad, especially on leave-on products. Witch hazel is fine for oily skin because it can mop up that excess oil. As I mentioned, it's an astringent, so it's going to mop up that excess oil. But that does mean it can be very, very drying, even for those with oily skin, especially if it's left on your skin. Witch hazel contains tannins. I've talked about tannins before. Quick refresh. Tannins give your skin a temporary oil-free look. A feeling that I personally hate because I don't like matte skin, but I feel like a lot of oily skin people think that taking off all that oil is what's best for your skin. Tannins, when left on your skin, again, can be very sensitizing. You'll also find witch hazel in a lot of direct spot treatments because it's very drying. It's going to dry out your spot. I personally nowadays avoid drying out direct spot treatments because I'm guaranteed to be left with a dark spot left over post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. A degreasing toner sounds great for oily skin at first, but again, the more I use degreasing products that would strip me of my oils, the more I find my skin would just be producing it what seemed like more and more and more heavily, yes, throughout the day. So instead, I would hydrate my skin, I would moisturize my skin, and I find that my skin became a lot more balanced. Then you have some fragrance in here too. It's just a very old-fashioned toner. It's popular, and it will dry out your skin and your spots, but it's not for me, and I wouldn't recommend it. Let's talk about another celebrity skincare brand. This is Florence By Mills. Before I get into this, she's a kid. She's done great for herself. She's done well. As with the majority of celebrity skincare makeup, this isn't about who that celebrity is, it's just about the products. No one asked for this skincare line, but I do have to say, I'm looking at the website, there's a lot of celebrity skincare and makeup lines, but I don't think any of those have been directly made for kids. Maybe Kylie Skin was made for like teens upwards, but I feel like Florence By Mills is targeted at that younger audience, so that's nice. She's actually made a pretty sensible collection of makeup and skincare I do feel is appropriate for her demographic. However, with these products, the majority of the products, I look at the ingredients and I'm like, wow, they're actually half decent. I wish I had that as a preteen, as a spotty teenager. And then I read further down the ingredients list and I'm like, okay, no, that's not so good. And then I'm like, oh, it's good again, and then it gets bad again. Let's take the Dreamy Dew Moisturizer, for example. It has some cool ingredients in, like cetyl alcohol, nice fatty alcohol, willow bark extract, which is a type of very gentle BHA, kind of, vitamin B12, allantoin, so nice and soothing, emollients, antioxidants, and then it's like flower extract, another flower extracts, more essential oils, and then another citrus extract. And it's like, they're sensitizing, especially for younger skin. Like, it's not just a little bit, there's a lot in here, like a lot. The Magic Micellar Cleansing Gel actually looks pretty good. Like, that would be a product I'm actually tempted to get, looking at it now. The peel-off masks are something that I don't like in general. I feel like they'd be quite irritating for the skin, quite damaging. It's an exfoliating step, but shove glitter in anything and kids are going to love it, aren't they? And her Glow Wipe treatment pads are, again, an example of good-looking products that seem promising at first. They look effective, yet they got some really nice gentle exfoliators in there, some really nice hydrating ingredients, glycolic acid, which is great, willow bark extract, fine, a low amount of denatured alcohol, fine, whatever. And then in swoop the essential oils again. It's like an evolved teenage skincare line that still, I wish it's just a bit like, just get rid of a few bits, you know? It's interesting though, because one thing I didn't like about Kylie's skin was, of course, the walnut scrub. And I feel like an exfoliating pad is a great exfoliator choice for teenagers. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really overuse it because you've already got that amount of exfoliation on one pad. Like, a toner you could definitely overuse. Tells you to use 3 times a week. It's not a harsh scrub, but you still have that little bit of manual exfoliation. I think a pad is a good choice. It's just the ingredients are questionable towards the end. Any brand that is getting teenagers into skincare at an early age, I'm all for. Just tweak a few bits. So they are 4 more brands and products that you see all over on YouTube being advertised by influencers that I'm just never gonna review. Let me know if any of these brands are actually your favorite or any particular product you think I should try from any of these brands. Let me know down below, but that's it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.